official introduction, the fighter coming out of the red corner, weighing at 57.1. He's 24, stunts 5'4". He fights out of Sheffield Shoot Fighters and hails from Cape Town, Aaron Chucky Wilmot. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing at 57. He's 17, stunts 5'6". He fights out of the Hit Squad, Hull and hails from Hull, Eddie Burns. Your referee, Mr. Paul Wilson.
Oh, we continue on here at the Almighty Fighting Championships. This is an amateur lightweight contest. Aaron Wilmot, the Sheffield shoot fighter. He fights out of the red corner in the blue shorts as he takes on Hit Squad Hull's Eddie Burns in the black shorts trimmed with gray and red. And they throw heavy to begin with.
Eddie Burns opened up with a really nice low kick there with two solid right hands behind it.
Eddie Burns, an 0-2 record, and
lovely low kick there from Eddie Burns.
That doesn't paint the real picture of just what a young talent this young man is. Take nothing away, though.
No, we've seen
Aaron Wilmot.
We've seen Eddie at both of his AFC fights, and he's been unlucky in both of them. One with the decision, one with a submission as debut, but we are seeing him now getting to really show all of the work that he's put into the gym that he hasn't necessarily gotten to show off in his last couple of fights.
Well, Wilmot now back to the cage, but is he looking to try and tighten up that choke? Good work from.
Very hard to get the leverage to get the choke here for Wilmot.
But relentless. The Burns keeps his man on the mat, but this is good work from Wilmot as well. Not panicking at all. As soon as Burns gets anywhere, he's having to defend those choke attempts.
Really seems to be trying to commit himself to threatening the choke here. But because he's threatening with the choke, he's not able to create any frames or any posts on Eddie, so that he's not able to really get back to his feet. As soon as he kind of looks like he's about to get back to his feet, Eddie just sucks his legs out right from underneath him and returns him to the mat.
I mean, he worked really well then. We saw Burns take side control. Wilmot pulled him back in the half guard, then pulled him back in, and now is on top. And it's just lovely work from the Sheffield shooter.
Try to roll him over there with the front headlock position.
Still heavy on that head and neck.
Good job.
Oh!
Wow, nice counter.
Wobbled him on the end, goes high with the head kick. And Eddie Burns, though,
lovely
underneath.
takedown by Eddie Burns.
Good work, though, from Wilmot.
Aaron's got to create a frame, though.
Thought he had it for a moment. Thought he wasn't going to let his back hit the mat, but Burns working hard. Great work for Wilmot. Get a knee underneath him.
See, Wilmot needs to, instead of trying necessarily right now to strike with his right hand, I think he'd be better served to use it to frame, although those knees managed to dissuade Eddie from pursuing the takedown.
Oh!
Big shots here landed by Wilmot.
That right hand stiffened up Eddie Brott for a moment.
Wilmot's got to be careful, though, after he throws that right hand. Eddie's looking for the check hook.
Oh, 12 seconds left.
Both guys throwing hard. Eddie's securing the takedown again.
Been securing the takedown and doing nothing with it. Don't count anymore. It's a change of position, that's all.
But it does show that he does have the ability to take the fight where he wants to take it.
Absolutely.
So as we've seen in the previous fights, as the fight wears on, as your opponent's conditioning starts to wear down a little bit, once you can get the fight to where you want it, where previously they were able to get up, now they can't. Now you can start working your ground and pound, start looking to pass. Eddie's just got to keep going with it. He shouldn't get dissuaded by the fact that he's lost some positions in this opening round.
No, absolutely not. He's defended well. Wilmot, though, shows a real... Oh, he wobbled him there with that.
I mean, at first it looked like Eddie was going to have the advantage on the feet with those big leg kicks,
but there it is
Wilmot
again.
Landed so deceptively powerful.
Wobbled him, send him back, and then followed it up with that high kick. Just blocked by Eddie Burns. What an entertaining 3 minutes. And again, Eddie Burns, the blue corner, the black UFC shorts. And Aaron Wilmot, the Sheffield shoot fighter, fighting out of the red corner in the blue Adidas. We touch gloves and a really stiff, straight shots landing for Wilmot.
There's something awesome about wearing blue Adidas basketball shorts to your MMA fight.
Especially in the red corner.
I think that's really cool. Eddie Burns obviously spent a little bit of spare income on those UFC shorts, but Wilmot just like, it's all about the skills, buddy.
Well, Eddie Burns catches the kick, is working hard to keep Wilmot now back to the canvas.
He's got a nice solid position here, controlling the legs of Wilmot underneath him. Wilmot going to try and create space with that inside butterfly hook he's got there. It's going to be difficult, though, again, if he doesn't have any frame. Starting to frame across the face now. This is promising.
He worked really well just to get that guard back, then got both butterflies in. Now he's got one foot on the hip. He's going to try to push off, and he just explodes to his feet. Burns underneath, takes it.
Really impressive offensive wrestling here from Eddie Burns. I know he's not necessarily getting tons of offense done once he's on the mat, but in terms of watching a young fighter grow, it's really promising to see him showing such effective wrestling at this early stage in his MMA career.
Wilmot, though, holding the center of the fighting area, and
Wilmot throwing a little wild now, leaving his chin in the air when he throws. He's got to be careful. Eddie can still crack him.
And again, Eddie in on that takedown. He gets in on the double, tries to force his man down to the ground, but
Eddie's got to pinch the knees of Wilmot together now and then get his legs off to the side.
You can see just as he's trying to do that, and of course those...
There we are, lovely work by Eddie. Now we can use the body lock. Yep, switches to the body lock to get the body lock pass. Very good work there from Eddie Burns.
Into side control, and there's no... But Wilmot just refuses to stay there.
Those basketball shorts having a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction.
But look at this now.
That's the style.
Too high up, though.
Too high. Now Wilmot's going to look to work some of his boxing. Eddie's going to go for the takedown.
And he does.
And he gets the top position.
But
good work.
Wilmot pushes him off. He refuses to capitulate and just accept being on the bottom. And Eddie has to let him up. And again, Eddie in on that takedown. He is really driving in, trying to get those hands clasped, but
relentless takedowns here from Eddie Burns and throughout the fight.
And again pulls his man down to the canvas, steps over. Not enough time left to do anything significant other than eat those shots.
Wilmot just trying to rack up the numbers.
Absolutely, and again, it's what is the judge looking for? He was Wilmot in a position he didn't want to be in, but he's the one landing anything meaningful.
I agree, and we have seen that has cost Eddie Burns in his previous fights. He did lose that decision, where although, again, we thought he had an excellent performance and we were very complimentary of his stand-up and his wrestling. Unfortunately, once he was getting the fight to the mat, he was very stagnant. He wasn't quite able to get enough offenses off, in the eyes of the judges at least, to give him the fight. He's got to be careful that it doesn't happen again tonight.
Wilmot just impresses me in terms of there's no bad position that he chooses to sort of stay. He continues to work no matter where he is.
He has an answer for everything. You don't often see him, looking lost in there in any given position. He has a plan for any given position that he finds himself ending up in. They're tying the shorts a little bit tighter. Probably a good decision.
Wow, here we go. Round 3. 3 more minutes for both these young fighters to stamp their mark on this contest.
Trading hard low kicks. Nice right hand there from Wilmot.
And again,
sneaky uppercut to a hook combination from Wilmot, diversifying his boxing nicely.
Yeah, and that right hand found its home twice.
Yeah. Nice lead leg side kick there from Burns, although he gets tagged up with that low kick from Wilmot.
And now I think we're seeing the game plan.
We're starting to see the frustration for Wilmot as well. You can see just as Eddie was able to get his hands clasped behind his hips, he let out like a frustrated snarl almost, He knew exactly what Eddie wanted. He knew when he was going to go for it, and Eddie still got it, and that's why he was so frustrated.
And Eddie's still relentless, trying to keep Wilmot down on the mat. Wilmot's got one knee under him, but is Eddie going to be able to swing around and take the back? No, Wilmot brought wise to that as well.
Wilmot trying to pull his arms back across the body of Burns. Although it looks like he's hooked one of the legs, and then he's gotten the other leg behind. Oh, not sure what you would call that particular transition or takedown. Not sure what he was going for there, but it was very interesting to say the least.
See, and now we're looking at Eddie is looking to control this fight, control where it is.
Nice,
but not doing much. But not doing much to try and finish it.
Well, to be fair, you know, we're criticising Eddie for not necessarily getting a lot of offense done, but Wilmot is not giving him a chance to really solidify a position once he is on the mat. You know, he's being active. He's holding him in close.
Ah, you can't fault it. But
looked like.
He thought he landed on.
I thought he might have landed there. I mean, he was obviously shooting anyway.
Yeah, I think he landed a little bit.
There was a little pause. There was a little pause where it was just like, oh, have I just been clipped?
I just saw a knee to the body, so it doesn't matter what happens now. Eddie Burns, my favorite fighter on the card so far tonight. And he's trying to control that back. He's got 45 seconds to do something.
Controlling the opposite hip is Eddie Burns on Wilmot, but potentially I would have liked to see him go for a wrist ride there instead.
I mean, he is on the back. He's got the hook. I mean, he whipped that hook in.
36 seconds remaining.
Now he's going to try and look to work and try and flatten his man out, but Wilmot keeps that base.
Wilmot trying to step his foot back round to get rid of the hook. Eddie's savvy to it, though.
Yeah, but is Eddie a bit high here still? He can roll him around.
It looks like he might have been going for a Sula Web stretch there for a second. But
is he going to try and take the... No. Only 10 seconds left. He flattens him out. You would think Wilmot isn't fearing a submission, just doesn't want to let any shots land, so he's going to keep controlling those wrists.
And maybe that's the adjustment that Eddie can make going into his next fight. Rather than just chasing the submission when he's in a position like that, get some of your ground and pound going. You know, show the judges that you're landing some damage as well, because that would really be the only knock that you could give to Eddie in that fight, was potentially that he just didn't quite get enough done on the mat.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love watching the kid fight. Again, the Hit Squad Hull have got any number of young amateurs coming up that I'm excited about.
Talent there, yeah, absolutely. Although Sheffield Shoot Fighters have put on a real show for us tonight, and Aaron Wilmot may well have got this one. We'll have to leave it and see what the judges think.
Well, wiser heads than ours. Before we turn it over to Mr. Seth Khan, who will make the result official, we'll give a quick shout out to some of the sponsors here tonight. Eric's Fight Gear, our media partners, MMA Reloaded, CS Combat Sports, Intelligent FS, Valhalla, and DN4 Photography. Ladies and gentlemen, 9 minutes of nothing but action. Let's turn it over to Mr. Seth Khan, and we'll find out who takes this one home.
Distance center, please. By distance center. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we'll go to the judges and scorecard. All 3 judges score this 29-28 in favor of your winner in the blue corner, Eddie Burns. Please show your appreciation for Aaron Wilmot.